Shout out to MC for believing in the vision.
That's my homie.
He took me in and joined me on this crazy mission.
Yeah.
So now it's up to me to make the execution. You can never box me in, I'm more than Afrofusion. I can switch it up and bring it back, all without confusion. Don't get too comfortable, you're gonna need a cushion.
Yo, so what's up, man?
I'm doing good, man.
How you doing?
Everything good, my brother.
Yo, welcome to MC Podcast.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yo, this is my homie, Edwin Wagawa. He has been my friend for a long time, Now
ever since being together,
for real. Welcome on my, on my pod, man. I appreciate for, respecting my
one thing that I just
my invite.
To recall, is that the first time that I met you, back at at campus, everything was like university thing, and then later on, we became brothers.
Right, absolutely.
So, but I've been like lately, working on myself, figuring out, the figures, the money and everything.
Yeah, I feel you.
And it's all about like we are aging.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Age doesn't just give you like time to think about yourself.
Yeah.
So it's always like you're aging, you're turning out, 20, 21, 30s,
Yeah, 30s.
And everything. So
yeah.
But I appreciate, like you when you called me and you're like, we can have a podcast together, and I'm like, oh, because it's my dog. I can do that.
Yeah, for real, this is MC,
and I'm so proud of you.
For real, I appreciate that.
I'm really proud.
So on your side, how's life, man? It has been a long time without seeing you, Carl.
Yeah, life is, as we're hustling, all of us.
Yeah.
And just coming up with different ideas, and just you just made your podcast, and I'm like, wow, so still my side is like hustling, working very hard, at some point we're gonna get married, we're gonna have kids,
but that's life, bro. That's life.
We are all dedicated to that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna get married, we're gonna have
being
kids,
born,
have to go to school, everything. So we're working up, just have some figures, and then whatever comes in, we're like, okay, at least we have just made a future. We've made some numbers. Yeah, man. But I'm appreciative. I thank God for everything that I've.
Yeah, God is good as long as you live. You got that life, man. There's nothing so hard like once you're blessed, because people don't even fucking understand that that a lot of people are sleeping in the hospital, people are dying right now, but you're still breathing, you're healthy, you're happy. You know what I'm saying? That's the first gift that you got to thank God for.
Yeah, definitely. When you have part of the family members when they get sick, I would say you go to visit them in the hospitals, and every time you get there, whenever hospitals are doing the operations, they happen in the ICU.
Absolutely.
So when you go to the ICU and you said the critical dangers, you just come to find out like, how long has this person been there? 8 years.
Man.
And
someone even has been in coma for almost fucking 5 years, man.
You're like, damn, why don't you have to give up on this person, because
for real, dog,
but
that's real.
We are thankful, like we have life, we have life, we wake up in the morning and we are good, we go to work, we have meetings, we have people, we get to know new people in our lives, and we get to have opportunities in life. So we have to be appreciative, because the chance that we have at the moment is not that everyone has the moment.
Absolutely.
So at the end of the day, when you get to the bed, sometimes I get to the bed because I don't go to church like every time, but as long as I get in my bed and I am by myself, I'm like, thank you, God.
But let me even before like you brought that thing over, you don't go to church, but most people believe that plans God, you gotta go to church. You know what I'm saying? Is that true?
I got a scenario like from nowhere. Like I'm traveling, and I meet this person, and they're like, church is not a place for God. The Bible says church is within the spirit.
Absolutely.
As long as you believe and you know that Jesus Christ came on this earth to just wash away all the sins that we can make. As long as we believe in Him.
Amen to that.
It's in the Bible.
Yeah,
amen. You're going to have everlasting life. That is John chapter 6, verse 12.
Oh man, even you got those things. Come on, man. No, like that. We got some pastor here. We got some pastor here.
That's absolutely right, because I can't preach like other pastors do, because other pastors want to have some offerings. They want to get rich, from them just promising things that can never happen.
Absolutely.
But I know that within me, I have church. Within me, I pray.
Yeah, and you believe in
I get to bed, I kneel down.
Yeah.
I have been having, you know, from back when we go back to campus, when we met, I used to have, when the 1st of January, I used to be in clubs. But this year, I was in my bed. It happened from nowhere. I was in a band, and I never felt like I was okay. But I had promised myself, like, this time around, I need to give wishes. I need to do a to-do list of the year.
Yeah.
I need to at least acknowledge and ask
God.
things from God.
Yeah.
So I went to my bed and I'm like, Father Lord, you know, I never knew that, because I used to see people pray for 1 hour.
Absolutely.
2 hours.
Yeah. Even a whole day.
So I knew them, and I'm like, I'm going to pray. I'm on my bed, and my prayers are done within seconds. Like, damn.
But when I believe in prayer, to me, on my belief, when it comes to God, I believe in, like, me, myself, as
I know you.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I know you when you go to eat, you're like,
yeah, I'm a couple.
When you have a drink,
I
people offer a drink,
yeah,
people offer whatever, and you're like, I'm like, what is this game?
Absolutely, like,
you know,
everything.
But thank you for coming up with you know, something like, what is gospel? What is the word of God?
Yeah.
What is, you know, when we come to Christianity, it's not about you are from Jehovah Witness.
Yeah.
You are a Protestant.
Yeah,
you're a Catholic. We all know that God is for all of us.
Yeah.
You know, so as long as we believe in that, I believe that we would be in some miserable kind of life.
Yeah.
But as long as we can do positive work during the people who've given us the opportunity to
absolutely.
When we do positive things, of course there are always blessings. Because from your boss is saying, oh, bless Edwin, bless Moses, bless him for
absolutely.
So blessings come from people, and we have parents. You know, if I recall very well, I remember the day when we were going for the graduation. I met your mom.
Yeah. And yeah, she also,
you know, we went to the restaurant and we had to get a restaurant that cooks Ugandan
dish.
And that was
absolutely. Oh man!
So I remember,
I think I didn't even take that time to appreciate you for what you did. You and Vincent on my grad, you know, it was really amazing, and I can't never forget. You know,
it's something that you do for a brother, man. It's what you do for a brother.
That's the same thing I was telling this fucking Rwandese man. Friendship, man. I fucking hate niggas who are just fucking hypocrite.
No,
dog.
One thing that you have to learn is, I have learned it. You know, we come from different societies.
Yeah.
You know, because I would just bring up something, and you can absolutely do a research about it.
Yeah.
When we go to Uganda and we are going to visit our parents,
right?
As long as they just say, go and say hi to auntie, to uncle, to auntie, to uncle.
Yeah, grandpa.
Every time you get there,
yeah,
they're going to give you something to eat.
And absolutely,
something to drink.
Absolutely.
Differently from this place, you know, when you go to someone, just say hi.
The thing just gets fucking dead.
No, like hi.
But you know, to be honest,
society.
No, bro. No, I get it's a society, but the thing that fucks me up that Rwandese, I'm sorry to say this, but this is real.
Yep.
It's real. You know what I'm saying?
Sweet shit.
It's that they sugarcoat, you know the word sugarcoat?
Yeah, you know.
They pretend, you know what I'm saying?
To
be your homies,
yep.
To be your... It's the same thing when you're dating a Rwandan bitch, you know what I'm saying? These are bitches that are going to lie, yo. They are going to put you in a certain... You don't know where you...
You know, there is something that I made, you know, like in the field that I'm working on at the moment,
right?
I'm working different, you know, I would say snitches. That is the right kind of word that I can use,
right?
But now you're like, the field is all about giving services,
yeah, man,
and not doubting and not even expecting
anything, anything, absolutely.
So, and you're like, you just made up these people, and they just say, oh, I'm experiencing this, and you're like, oh wow, that's really good. You're experiencing this, and then maybe the market is really well, you know, the return and the investment, everything, you get it. But exactly, are you giving the right thing to people?
Absolutely.
Because when we come to society, we are talking about roots,
facts,
how you bring up things, and how things happen.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, and you're like, why would I visit my auntie?
Absolutely.
Why would I visit my uncle? You know, because when a parent is sending a kid to say hi to these people, they expect what they can do to your kids in return to do for their kids.
Absolutely. Yeah. Fair.
It's always like, it's not something that I expect, but I wish. So you come at my mom's house and you have food, you have drinks, and because my mom is obsessed with that kind of life, so she's gonna be like, "Oh, Edwin, no need to have breakfast. You're going to your uncle's." So you wake up, you prepare yourself.
You just bounce to your uncle's.
You go to your uncle's. When you get there, you're gonna have water. I'm not there for water because I left water at my house. I left water at my mom's house.
Everything you left.
So I just left everything over there. But I'm just there. I'm here with love. And growing up in this kind of society, I've just been like, okay, we can happen to have a life where we feel like we are guaranteed to live.
Right.
Because everyone who's gonna be at the podcast is gonna be like, people are gonna come up with comments and say,
facts.
Why would you go to your uncle's expecting food? No, I don't have to go at my uncle's expecting food, but I have to go at my uncle's because he is my uncle.
Absolutely.
She is my aunt. So I have rights to go to the fridge and spoil myself.
Exactly. But I think on that, I think food is like something which is common, like, you know what I'm saying? Something that you just go, even if it is not your relative. I don't know. When we come to the society that we come from, I'm not going to say that we are not proud Rwandans, but I would say we are Rwandans by nationality. We love the country. Right.
We are going to work everything for the country. We're going to invest the knowledge, the hard work for the country. But at least we have to live in a society where we have to be like, at least welcome people and let them talk about you.
Let me give an example. Recently, when there's someone who wanted a house to rent, so I'm doing real estate. I opened up real estate MC. You can check it out on my IG. So we went. There's a house in Chibagabaga. I had gone to see. So one of my friends that had took me there to show me the house, he's both a Rwandan and a Kenyan. So we go there. We reach there, we knock, they open for us. Guess what? We found this beautiful Nigerian lady. Very welcoming, bro. You know what I'm saying? Very like I was like, wow. Because you're coming to their house. They say, can I offer you some? Can you eat chili? Whatever. Oh my God, I was like, oh hell, this is it. This is like someone who never knew you. And when I told her what I do real estate. Was, hey, what's your page? She started following me. Like, I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Even the kids are nice. I was like, I wish all this world could have such kind of people.
No, it's like, I am in the field of hospitality today. And hospitality doesn't come when you go to school.
Absolutely.
It doesn't come when you go to trainings. It doesn't come when you have to visit any alternative whatever.
It's something that
hospitality is
God-given gift.
Hospitality is about grooming. How do you look? First impression. Do you look like you're organized? Your hair, everything. And hospitality is all about, like, when we were growing up, parents used to say, hey, Edwin, hey Moses, go wash the hands of the guests. Go put some food on the table.
Right.
Go take the plates because they are done with food. Go do this. Clean the table. That is hospitality. Because hospitality is all about, I am welcoming you and I'm giving you the kind of treat that you deserve.
Absolutely.
And I would do excessive treat because I want you to come back.
Wow.
So when we come to the field, when it happens with trainings, it happens with certificates, it happens with going to school.
Absolutely.
Now, this is what we're just going to do, is framing the hospitality that we have within us being professional. Now, we're working as professionals. Now, I come back to what you're trying to say. Having to come up, growing up with different societies, having people say whatever they want to say to us, it happens that, like, it's amazing. It's really amazing.
Right.
Because someone comes to your house. I have my uncle, he's a soldier. He comes to my house and he says, I need a baba. I want to go for shaving. So I'm like, I respect him. I have a lot of respect for him. because he took care of me. So I'm like, there is no need for you to go to the barber shop. I invite them at my house. At my house. They sit in the shed, they shave him.
They cut him off.
They cut him whatever he has to. You know, everything, the beard and everything. And he's like, how much am I going to pay? I'm like, no, I called you. I got you. This is hospitality.
Yeah, absolutely.
You at my house. I don't want to get you to go to this kind of people. I don't want you to feel like, you're getting embarrassed because you're in people who are having different discussions.
Absolutely.
And you don't fit, So come at my house, shave him. I pay for transport. I pay for excessive money because these people are not going to come to a house and they have to ask for the same amount that you have to find them. So it's going to be something like a lot. But what do you have to do it? You have to do it because it's you. It's within you. It is what you want to do. And how does it become amazing? Your uncle is always going to be talking about that moment.
That moment, absolutely. Facts.
Your auntie, your mom say, every time I go to my sons, I see this. Every time I visit him, I happen to have this. And they're going to be claiming for something well or better than what you give them, which is amazing,
So before I tap you out, you have lived at least in 2 countries right now.
Yeah.
You have tried to manage to live in Uganda, and also I think you have traveled abroad.
I've been in Burundi, I've been in Tanzania, I've been in Nairobi.
So you've been in here.
Yep.
Considering the hospitality you're talking about, now let's only consider only 2 countries.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, talking about Uganda
and Rwanda. So if you compare the 2 countries with the people that are living in that country, you know what I'm saying? What picture does it give you when it comes to hospitality you're talking about?
One thing that I just have to bring up is the government of Rwanda has invested a lot in hospitality.
Right.
Because they have the brand Visit Rwanda. Visit Rwanda is with BAL, that is Basketball Africa League. They are with Arsenal. They are with Paris.
When is that starting?
BAL.
When is it starting?
I know. It's always happening. So what they do, the finals happen in Rwanda. But all the teams that are playing with BAL, they have to put on jerseys that have this Rwanda.
Right.
There was an incident that happened. I don't, I know you do the social media thing. Where then the Burundian team.
Yeah.
And just because, there are what we call primary politics. Small,
stupid things.
Stupid things. You have issues with a fellow neighbor, but your kids don't have to be in that.
That's in saga,
the kind of saga.
Yeah.
So the Burundian government thinks Rwanda is investing in destabilizing it, but they have aligned with the DRC to just fight against M23, which we believe, which we know that these are Rwandan speaking people, but who want to live well in Congo. So it comes up and it's so stupid. They just tell their team to not put on Visit Rwanda. But this is a sponsor, number one. Every team that gets to, the finals, they have to happen in Rwanda.
Absolutely.
So I don't see any reason why you're going to say you want your team to be not putting on the proudly sponsored thing, and then at the same time you claim that you know better than what these people are planning. So I come back to what you asked. Rwanda has invested and is still investing in hospitality. Uganda has hospitality as a growish thing. When you grow up, it comes in your life. I remember back in the years, we never had dinner with our parents.
Right.
Because your dad is some respected.
Yeah, some top dog.
He's a top dog.
Yeah, he's a top dog. You don't have
to see them eating. And their dish has to be differently from yours.
Absolutely. Even the seat. Even the seat.
Whenever he's around, there are your mom comes and says, shut the fuck up.
Absolutely.
That's around. Like, I don't have that type of this drama.
That shit used to fuck me up.
But it's something that grow up knowing
the
difference between someone You know, I remember growing up, these bike guys from Uganda who used to pick us from home to school. Mom said, your uncle is coming to pick you. And this guy is a bike guy, just doing Bajaj. Everything like that. And you're like, Uncle Bazira. I remember there is this guy who used to pick me from school to home. He was called Bazira. But I used to call him Uncle Bazira. But I grew up knowing that however so much, 2, 3 months, 2 years, 1 year, someone is grown up. They are older than you. They have experienced something bigger than you.
Absolutely. Facts.
I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to bring an implication and say, Rwanda is not doing good. But I just want to say...
No, facts. Those are facts. Yeah, those are facts, you know.
Now, we grew up in a society where they have to train you.
Yeah, in order to become some... Yeah, absolutely.
To give services.
Facts.
And to never feel
facts.
like you have to gain something in return.
Facts.
But what Rwanda is doing today is absolutely amazing. They want to bring a field of making money professionally. That is one. 2, you are certified to be in that position. So with hospitality, I'm working in the hospitality industry today and in Rwanda, but it's pretty amazing because we work hand in hand with different organizations, but basically we want to put Rwanda at the top.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think the government has done the best because now check
still,
you know what I'm saying, like the basketball thing, you know what I'm saying, you put on soccer thing, you know what I'm saying, and I think it's really doing the best to me. Like, to me, okay, I don't know much of here, but for what I see, you know what I'm saying, the government here is not about stories, it's all about facts. You know what I'm saying?
So it's about figures.
Yeah, I wish even like me. What I'm saying is that the way the country is developing when it comes to hospitality, when it comes in other infrastructure, when it comes in all other things, I feel like the IT section and all, you know, the thing I'm seeing is that the country is growing faster more than even the people.
Yeah, definitely, of course. Because,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when you look at the technology which is here, the internet, fast internet, you know what I'm saying? But when you see people going to cafe, you know what I'm saying? To go and bid, is that to be honest, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Is it being lazy? You got the free internet, you got cheap internet, you got like everything. The bus for traveling in, you got Wi-Fi, you know what I'm saying? But again, you still go to internet cafe for help or for. So is it because Rwandese are lazy? Is it because they don't have enough information about this thing? What's the problem when it comes to this?
It's not because people are lazy. It becomes absolutely funny because one thing that I just have to put it, my words, quote me right. His Excellency Paul Kagame, everything that he does is for the people.
Facts.
Not for him.
Yeah, I know.
Because if it was for him, definitely we would see that. But whenever you come to invest in Rwanda, he says, you invest, we give you free land, you build your industry, you build your company, but we want you to hire our people.
Absolutely.
Now it becomes a confusion. Why? Because people before the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, people felt like they had people to decide
for them. Facts.
But the president is deciding, but he needs the support from the people.
Absolutely.
He wants the people to be there to support him. He wants these people to just be, okay, I have done this. I'm bringing, like, I would say, an example, vaccination. We are building up the only industry in Rwanda that can do vaccination, that can do vaccines. So that means we are going to be giving other countries.
Absolutely. Facts.
So if he does this kind of thing, he says, okay, come. Because if he brings them in, he has a lot to spend. Because he's going to give them free land, minus taxes, going to put down everything, say, okay, at least we're having students who are doing doctorate. We have students who are doing nursing.
Right.
But you can hire them because they are doing the same
kind of absolute facts.
But he does this, and the people wait for him to decide, say, can you go here? Can you go do this? But he wants, I myself, when I hear him saying, when I hear him having interviews, when I hear him asking for help from the Rwandan people, he always says, I'm doing this, do this.
Because at the end of the day, we need each other.
Yeah. So we have to move from this politics
to this.
To centralizing.
Absolute facts.
So the kind of, I am waiting, I have to lean back when they say, Edwin, do this. I wake up, I have to put water in the jug, but I have to wait for you to tell me where I can take the jug.
Absolutely.
But because you had, when they said, we need a jug of milk in the living room. But no, because Moses said, can you put some milk in the jug? I have to wait for Moses to say, take it into the living room.
Absolutely.
No way. Because I think, I usually see the contradictions. People just say, President Paul Kagame is doing nothing, but he has done something. And this something he has done is putting the trust in people. There is a word in Kinyarwanda, they call it kwijira. Bathe you. Feeling like you don't have to be fed by other people. You have to feed yourself.
No, I quote that. Yeah.
I would say, in a vulgar way, you have to work your ass off.
Absolutely.
Make sure that everything counts.
That's the same thing that, that's the same thing that I love. That's the number one thing that I loved for the president. You know what I'm saying? Because he may tell that I've done this, but what do you offer? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because nothing comes on the silver plate. Everything's so about for hustle. You know what I'm saying?
I would say Rwandan people are not lazy, but they need to
check up.
They need to lighten themselves.
Yeah.
They need to see where this man is bringing them to.
But
because I myself,
bro,
I have been diverted. I went for Mount Kenya University. I did international business, and today I'm in hospitality.
Yeah.
I remember you and I, Vincent, Caleb, we used to go for the hospitality thing, and we used to have some meals in the restaurant.
Absolutely.
You remember? It was hospitality.
Yeah.
But today I am in the field, and I feel like I'm very proud because I know this man is putting me to be in this position, but I have to shorten his work. So if we Rwandans as a whole would think to make his work easy, would work our asses off.
So, on things of hospitality, there are always positives and always negatives.
Yep.
The disadvantages and the advantages. What are some of the advantages that both advantages and disadvantages are facing the hospitality industry here in Rwanda?
The advantages are many because the government is putting a lot of investment in it.
Right.
Because when I say they're putting a lot of investment in it, it's not just like they're going to bring money to you to build the hotel.
Right.
But they're going to invest money in Arsenal, they're going to invest money in Paris Saint-Germain, they're going to invest money in Bayern Munich. And as long as people in Germany are going to be seeing Visit Rwanda, crossing over the pitch, they are going to be having, there is a clue like, oh, what is in Rwanda?
Facts.
How about I go there? So we start from the airport.
Right.
The advantages. The number of people that are welcomed at the airport, the number increases.
Right.
We have different tourism companies. We have Primate. I would say also Ballast.
Let's go Rwanda.
These ones I can mention. I know them. But it starts from the airport.
Right.
How do you welcome these people? What is the treat? So they come in, they get in this car. The driver is driving them to the hotel for check-in.
Roads are good.
Now, the roads are clean,
Right.
And the traffic is not...
It's not that much. Yeah, facts.
So the police is everywhere, everything. So now the person gets to the airport, says, oh, I'm in Rwanda, and they drive them to the hotel. They check in. The hotels are clean. We have brand companies. We have Marriott. We have Radisson Blue.
5-star hotels.
We have 4 Points by Sheraton. We have Serena hotels. These are 5-star hotels. I'm talking about like brand hotels.
Facts.
Investing in the country. So it happens They come in, they see the hotels. The hotel, the standard is at the same, like where they're coming from. I don't want to talk about people coming from different countries like us.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about people who expect a good treat. So they get in, they plan. We're going to Akaja National Park. From there, we're going to Nyungwe. We're going to be doing Chipazi trekking. Later on, we do the canopy. Later on, we do the Camelons of trekking. From there, they have to go through the Congo Nile Trail. It comes from Nyamasheke, Karongi, Rutsiro, and then Rubavu.
Right.
They are going through that. It's by the lake, like Kivu.
Right.
And then they get to Rubavu. They're going to stay for a night.
Right.
And from there, they're going to do the gorilla trekking. All this is all about what are we offering? The glimpse, the glance. When we go to Nyungwe, we feel the natural breath.
Absolutely.
The inhaling is so natural because Nyungwe is comprised with many different species of trees, mostly herbal. But because it's a national park, we can't give it to the pharmacists, because if pharmacists had the opportunity to Nyungwe, they would really exploit it, because it really has herbal natural treat. There is this time I met a Swiss guy. He's called Max. He does photography and videography in Zurich. I said, I told him, what Max says? People who live around here, they never get sick.
Yeah.
Then the reason why is the trees. They inhale natural.
The natural air, natural everything,
air.
man.
And herbal.
And even the fruits they eat, natural, man.
So I come up with the advantages. The government has put in place, organized, free, protected, with security, with leanness, with cleanliness, of visiting our national parks.
Yeah.
We have a small nation, but it is worth it.
Yeah.
Because it becomes a small, but it becomes big. When people visit, it's big.
Yeah.
Because they happen to see a lot of things.
Right.
So the disadvantages, I come to that. I wouldn't say they're disadvantages, but I would say they're challenges.
Yeah, challenge, yeah.
What are we now having? Within the education system, we still have people who can't speak closely and open to people coming for services.
Right.
I work in the hospitality industry. We always say the hotel is the front desk. If I have a bad impression about the front desk,
facts.
I have already.
You fucked up everything.
I don't even
the bad
about the hotel.
Yeah.
So, what is the front desk? The front desk is even within the airport. If I meet challenges, if I lose my luggage, if I have to have a driver who is quiet.
Oh, even if you go to get
in the country,
the visa and everything,
comfortable, everything car. We are a clean nation where we have visa from the airport.
Right.